Good evening, Mongrace. We now warming up. I said Mongrace. That better. PNM people. And that is everybody in Tobago. Because the People's National Movement is the only political entity that takes care of everyone, not only those who wear colors. And we recognize that we are all God's children. Yeah? Permit me this evening to invite you to stand with me as we observe our nation's national anthem. Let's please remain standing as we seek to invite God's presence into our midst, as we invite our dear sister, son of the soil, or a daughter of the soil, as she joins us on the platform.
Blessed evening to everyone. I would like to say welcome to our political leader, Mrs. Penelope Beckles-Robinson, and all of our upcoming candidates. Let's bow our hearts to God, please. Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight to say thanks. Lord, you said in everything we ought to give you thanks. We thank you, oh God, thus far. We thank you for what you are doing and what you have already done. Father, tonight, oh God, we lift up this meeting before you. We invite your Holy Spirit, God. We ask you, oh God, that you will take charge. You will take control, oh God. And we come against every spirit of fear and intimidation upon each and every candidate, God. Lord, this evening, oh God, especially we lift up to you Petal. Lord, we lift up Dexter Miller. We lift up, God, Kelvin. We lift up, God, all who will be speaking tonight, God. We pray, oh God, that your Holy Spirit will put the words in their mouth, oh God. They will not speak, God, from their self, God, but they will speak from their they will listen to the words of every candidate, God. They will use wisdom. They will apply wisdom, oh God, when they are about to vote. They will think positively, God. Father, we thank you, oh God, and tonight, God, when it is done, God, take us, God, to our home safely. Cover us on the roads, oh God. Cover every vehicle, every driver, oh God, tonight in the mighty name of Jesus. And Lord, we say we will not fail to continue to give you the honor and the glory. In Jesus' name, amen and amen.
Thank you very much. Mr. DJ, I want you to run that song again, our theme song. Because this evening it is all about putting Tobago first. Again, it's not just putting Tobago first, but it is putting Tobago first again. Because there was a time in our existence where we had an administration that for 21 years put Tobago first. Because we put Tobago first for 4 years and they re-elected us. And then we put Tobago first again for 4 years and they re-elected us. And another 4 years and they re-elected us. And then came an administration like the proverbial thieves in the night that went in onto the vineyard and saw weeds in between the corn, and the people were hoodwinked. And we have realized what we knew from the very beginning, that this administration did not put Tobago first. They have put themselves first. They have taken care of their friends and their families. And now Tobago sits in a terrible place where people are experiencing grave suffering. Families have fallen apart. Single parents are experiencing the worst times of their lives. Our unemployment rate is the highest that it has ever been. Businesses are crying out. But there is a team tonight that is ready. A team tonight that is ready, led by Ansel Dennis, that is raring to go to take up the slack, to tighten every loose end and put Tobago first again. That team is the People's National Movement, ladies and gentlemen. And that team is fielding 15 worthy candidates. Not 12, not 10, 15 worthy candidates. Candidates of good repute. Candidates who are intelligent, intellectually sound, hard workers, people of the people, from the people. Individuals who will never say, ease me up on the weekend. Individuals who will never say that I just come out for a little time with my child, give me a break. People who will never say, look at the hour in the morning that you're calling me. You know why? Because that is what you sign up for. And so tonight we are ready to kick it off as we are accustomed. There is a saying, give them wine, give them games, and they will love you. And it spoke of the Roman Empire. Every time the people who were suffering got to a place where they were ready to revolt, they would keep games, and they would have cars drifting in the road, and they will come to you with gifts, and they will give away bicycles and refrigerators, and they will feed you with the intention that you forget the years of suffering. But not tonight. We will not forget the last 4 years when Tobago was not put first. So this evening, as we are about to kick it off, please join with me as we welcome a young lady on fire. Somebody say fire. And this is not hellfire. This is the Holy Ghost fire come down from heaven. Join with me this evening as we have Jada. 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 Let's hear it. Jada. 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 There we go.
foremost recognize our illustrious political leader of the People's National Movement and our opposition leader, Mrs. Penelope Beckles-Robinson. The political leader of the Tobago Council. Let me hear it for one, Dennis, never two. The man ready to put Tobago first again, Mr. Ansel K. Dennis. The chairman of the Tobago Council. Somebody say more fire! More fire! Mr. Larry Paul. Scarborough Mount Grace, your candidate and our champion, Mrs. Petal Danielle Benoit. Somebody say licks, 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 licks. Our minority leader, Mr. Kelvon Morris. Our sister holding it down for us in Trinidad, Senator Melanie Rajman. Our standard bearer standing on the front line and present tonight, and my PNM family, good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Jada Charles, and tonight I come with a message for the young people of the island of Tobago. This election is not a game. It is not a gimmick. It is not something for us to sit idly by and watch it play out and say, them in power and do nothing for me, so I'm not voting. That is exactly why you need to go out there and you need to vote, because you know that more can be done for you. 4 years ago, the people of Tobago wanted something new. They wanted something different. And many of you were hopeful and even sure that a new party will bring development like never before in Tobago, that they will fix it. But we were quickly reminded the words of Dr. Eric Williams. The alternative to the PNM is chaos and confusion. Brothers and sisters, they promise all kind of things. They promise ex gratia payments. They promise they're going on and redevelop Scarborough. They promise more jobs. They promise a growth in the tourism sector. They promise that there will be no victimization. A Tobago for all. And they delivered exactly the opposite. 4 years of late salaries. 4 years of mass firings across the board. 4 years of victimization. 4 years of fear. Fear to speak out because you're afraid you'll lose your work. 4 years of refurbishments and recommissions. And nothing wrong with that, you know. But don't come and put up a plaque and cut a ribbon like you do it. That is what every administration is supposed to do. Another 4 years with no shame. They claim that the PNM has done nothing in 21 years. But brothers and sisters, everything that they recommission from the Isle of Tobago sign that they move to where they move it, is the PNM do that? Over 30 community centers, is the PNM do that? 24 hard courts and 19 playing fields, is the PNM do that? That is the party working for the youth, building communities and developing skills. Brothers and sisters, it may not have been a perfect 21 years, but it was a purposeful 21 years. It was a productive 21 years. It was a prosperous 21 years. The P in the PNM don't just stand for people. It stands for progress. It stands for performance. Let it beat that. Young people, the TPP want our support. But let me be real. What have they done for us? When have they advocated for us? Their friends in Trinidad quietly dismantled years of progress in youth development that began under the very same People's National Movement. And what did TPP do? They ain't said nothing. It was the PNM that created the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service to give young people purpose, opportunity, and structure. Through that ministry, the PNM established programs like the Youth Agricultural Homestead Program. UNC, they shut it down. The Bridging Success Program. UNC, they shut it down. The Youth Professional Employment Program. UNC, they shut it down. Step TT. UNC, they shut it down. And several other entrepreneurship and training initiatives that gave thousands of young people a chance to grow and serve their country. Tobagonians a chance to give back to their economy in a tangible way. Ask yourself, where are these programs now? Many of them have been shut down and neglected under this current government. Instead of increasing and expanding opportunity, they chose to cut back on the very systems that worked, and the TPP, they're quiet. That is the difference between the PNM and them. The PNM builds institutions that empowers young people, whilst they decisively shut them down. The PNM implements policies that propel youth for success, but they can only deliver on empty promises. They ask for another 4 years, but we cannot reward inaction. More time would only matter if they did something with the time that they had. If nothing was done in 4 years, what they could really do in 8? Former Boshed, they had big cutting ceremony. They take taxpayers' dollars, and the greatest, they break down the PNM Boshed that was there and build it back and claim it's like something big, something good that they do for the 4 years. A Boshed for every year. That is their legacy. Tobago, $13 billion spent. Where is the progress? The representative for this electoral district is the secretary who received the highest allocation in development. Scarborough Mongrace, where is the infrastructure here? Where is the progress? The TPP leadership, they held a press conference in 2022, and they said they have proof of corruption with the Tobago contractors and the PNM administration. Another excuse for the blatant victimization. 3 years later, where is the audit report? Under the cover of darkness, radar in retail. Under the cover of darkness, Christmas night, people nearly choke on the ham and the soil. It's fines doubling and doubling all over the place. And not a word from our representatives, not a word from the TPP. It's either they don't know or they're tongue-tied like market crabs since April 28th, because all of a sudden they don't know how to speak out against central government. Tobago, we give them the place to run, but like they cannot run it. 4 years was enough. Tobago deserves more than give us more time. Tobago deserves to be put first again. Tobago deserves more. In the absence of the PNM is only chaos and confusion. The People's National Movement has a bold new vision for Tobago, a next-gen deal for the young people, a plan for 7,000 more jobs in sectors targeting the youth of the island, paid apprenticeships programs in trade, renewable energy, agriculture, business grants up to 100,000, startup loans up to 1 million. The implementation of the University of Tobago centered on food production, hospitality, tourism, marine science. This is a party that believes in you, the young people. This is a party that understands in order for Tobago to develop, to sustain, to grow, it must start with the young people. We have a say in the future that we want. We have a say in reshaping the island, in putting Tobago first again. People of Scarborough, Mongrace and environs, I stand in a place where I went to preschool. I live right across the road. Like many of you, I live here, so I can talk about who do what and who didn't do in this community. From the construction of this community center to the one in Collar Hall, is the PNM do that? From the playfield in Flats to the one in Collar Hall, is the PNM do that? From Scarborough Anglican to Scarborough Methodist School, is the PNM do that? They invested and put it there for us in this community. I want you to look around and be honest. 4 years, what has been done here besides 2 signs and a part pitch pothole? What have they really done to justify re-electing the TPP in this electoral district? Nothing. Our candidate, Mrs. Petal Daniel Benoit. Somebody say Petal for the people. Petal for the people. Petal for the people. Although she wasn't our representative, she has represented us well as a minority councillor. She is a woman that is grounded in this community. She walked here, she's seen here, she provided assistance for families, for entrepreneurships, opportunities for startup businesses. She advocated for women empowerment. Petal has walked this community and you know her. She ain't now come and want to go up. It's not to say she don't live here and want to represent us here. She is from Scarborough-Mount Grace and she's the only person that can talk for the people of Scarborough-Mount Grace. She has served and she is ready to serve again. She is the choice for Scarborough-Mount Grace. A vote for Petal is a vote for improvement. A vote for Petal is a vote for inclusion. A vote for Petal is a vote for this community. A vote for Petal Daniel Benoit and the PNM is a vote to put Tobago first again. Young people of this island, it is time we focus on the future. We have 15 strong candidates from Charlottesville to Crown Point who have answered the clarion call and they are ready to serve and lead us to victory come January 12th. Calling all riders, ready up, saddle up, giddy up, get up and vote. On January 12th, go out there and vote. Vote for stability, vote for change, vote for a leader you can trust in Mr. Ansel K. Dennis. Vote for a candidate you can depend on in Petal Daniel Benoit. And when it is all said and done and a landslide victory has been won, we will all come together and sing as one. Great is the PNM, great is the PNM, great is the PNM, and we have prevailed.
You dig? You respect that?
From Delaford to Crown Point Shore, Tobago rising even more. We faced the storm, we took the test. Now we're coming back with our very best. We built the schools, the roads, the ground in every village. Found we learned we
PNM.
took a stand. Now we're moving with our
PNM.
plan. Put Tobago first again. Let progress start again. From Roxbury.
That is performance. That is product. That is what PNM represents. The future of Tobago, the future of Trinidad and Tobago, wrapped up in the young people that PNM policy has educated and that PNM policy has caused for them to be able to make strides. Let's hear it for Jada Charles.
You respect that?
And she made some very, very serious points. And I'll give a short story. A couple years ago, there was a young lady working in a particular office. She was home from studying, just on vacation. And about 2 weeks before she went back, she received a call from her fellow students in the university. And they said to her, you need to come quick, because your things are being put out of your room. And when the story dropped, the funding for Tobago students abroad was cut. That is how serious it is when we put somebody in place who does not care about the youth of the country. It means that they don't care about the future. And the PNM's policy forever and time again has always been to invest in young people. So let's hear it once again for young Jada Charles. We know that the thing in safe hands when we could put people like that on the podium. Folks, we are rolling on. And even though we are experiencing the showers, we are experiencing the blessings of the Lord. And we know the blessings of the Lord, they do what? They make rich and add no sorrow. So tonight I want to bring on the next speaker, who said last night on a podium, burn them. Because we just talk the truth. And when we speak, they can't take it. Because it does, burn them. Join with me tonight as we welcome again to the podium the man from Maysville, Mariah South, who we can call the fireman. Kwese, the beans.
Hear them.
Respect that.
You're going to plot your evil. Just send your brother man. Hey, take my name, carry it by the cemetery. Tie it on a cup food. You could put it on a tree. My God is almighty, and He will protect me from all your evil. And He come and see, so we go afraid them.
Mongrace, we don't afraid them. PNM family, we don't afraid them. PNM. Children of God, we don't. PNM. Last night I tell them that when I done talk, it go burn them. All of a sudden press release come out. All of a sudden the hooligans come out. All of a sudden the chores come out. But tonight I come to tell you that we don't afraid them. But before I get down into the meat of the matter, let me recognize and stand on protocol, because we're not afraid to lay claim to a national party. We're not afraid to lay claim that the People's National Movement covers all 41 constituencies across Trinidad and Tobago. We are not afraid to claim that the PNM has contested every single free and democratic election in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. So tonight, join with me in welcoming here in Tobago yet again the Honorable Penelope Beckles. Please make some noise for tonight, our political leader. And let me put some respect, Miss Beckles Robinson. Let me recognize, of course, Mr. Ansel K. Dennis, our political leader here in Tobago. Our chairman, Larry Paul. The standard bearer in this area, Ms. Petal Benoit. Of course, the minority leader is here with us. Mr. One is Enough. You'll make some noise for the next and the continuing area representative for Darrell Spring Wim, Mr. Kelvon Morris. And of course, all of the other standard bearers, all 14 beside myself, who are here tonight representing and supporting. All the rain could come, but it will never stop us. Because in the rain, the Balizé will bloom. In the rain, the Balizé will stand tall. In the rain, Tobago people, God's children will stand tall and proud. And the Red Crusade will continue to roll. Because when we talk the truth, it has bond them. You see, last night I came to y'all and I took my time and I explained to you exactly what the plans are for URP and CPEP, because we have to face it. Elections have consequences. Just like the decisions we make in our everyday lives have consequences, so too elections have consequences. I can remember on a PNM podium back in April, Stuart Young warning HDC workers, the UNC plans to send you home. The UNC said, no, when UNC win, everybody win. Boom, bust their throat, send them home. I can remember that Stuart Young came on a platform and said that URP and CPEP are in danger. They said, don't worry, when UNC win, everybody win. Yellow is the code. Boom, October come, bust their throat. The reforestation workers warned again. It came down to it again. What happened? Bust their throat. Over 10,000 workers, 10,000 Trinbagonians on the breadline. Nothing for Christmas. Nothing to carry the children back to school. Nothing for them. Salt is their portion. And it is my job, because I was there. I was there when we rebranded URP as useful, relevant, and productive. I was there when we ensured that URP agricultural program was booming. I was there when we ensured that URP was fixing roof for people's home. I was there when URP was putting toilets in people's homes. I was there when URP was putting wheelchair ramps in people's home. Useful, relevant, and productive. So when I tell you I come here and I stand up on a precedent, I stand up knowing what I'm talking about. And last night I demonstrated to you, and I will do it again, because they come and they send out press release and say we lie. They send out press release, all of a sudden they find the tongue. They say PNM lie because we expose the truth. But I told you all last night, and you heard Foster say, how the clouds, the sky is so cloudy. The man said the bread butter on both sides, and it butter thick. I saw a photo just now before I came of a man wearing a blue shirt. The man stand up and say his name is Chavez. All of a sudden the man wearing Rolex on his hand. $500,000 watch. Tobagonians, watch where your money gone. They sell out Tobago so they can wear the watch. So tonight I'm talking to Mr. Rolex. Tonight I'm talking to Mr. Rolex. Because the truth go burn them. And as I come up here, I say me and afraid them, because all over Facebook they had my name and say 𝐂𝐨𝐦𝐞 lie. Well, I come with the evidence again. I come with the truth again. I said in 2015 there was a ruling in the High Court of Trinidad and Tobago by the Honorable Justice 𝐂𝐤𝐤. I said that the ruling or let's 𝐂𝐸𝐶 say 𝐂𝐸𝐶 talk the things now. Say talk the things now, 𝐂𝐸𝐶. You see, y'all, elections is serious business for serious people. And see tonight, it's no more joke thing, it's serious thing here tonight. In 2015, Justice Nadia 𝐂𝐤𝐤 ruled against the THA. And again, as I said it, at the time, the central government, Anil Ram Logan was the Attorney General. Kamla Prasad Bisesa was the Prime Minister. The same Kamla Prasad Bisesa who is the Prime Minister today. And they went to court against the THA and they celebrated a victory. And here is the victory that they celebrated. And again, I will show it in bold. I'm not afraid to show it, because I hear some news stations wanted to run this story, and they start to get phone calls from Mr. Rolex and telling them, take down that story from your Facebook page. Take down that story from on your page. Don't run it on the news tonight. Mr. Rolex started flexing muscles, all of a sudden he get out. THA loses the government in court. People, all listen to me carefully. Mongrace people, all listen to me carefully. Calder Hall people, all listen to me carefully. If you come from Bagatelle, all listen to me carefully. Mason Hall people, all listen to me carefully. Mariah, Charlottesville, Crown Point, all listen to me carefully. The ruling said, and I just want to summarize the ruling. Essentially, the effect of the judgment is that if there is a national policy, and let me pause there, what is a policy? A policy is anything a government decides to do or not to do. Simple like that. If the government decide that they want to break off relations with CARICOM, that is government policy, and we've seen it now. If the government says that we want to side with America and anything Trump say, we will do, that is government policy. In October, the government made it clear what their policy is. The end of CPEP and URP. True or false? True or false? The government policy was get rid of CPEP, get rid of URP. There will be no more. Listen to the judgment. The judgment, the effect of the judgment is that if there is a national policy for Trinidad and Tobago, set by the central government through the cabinet. The cabinet is that group of people, the ministers led by the Prime Minister, right now Kamla Prasad Bisesa. if there is a national policy set by central government through cabinet touching and concerning matters within the ambit of the Tobago House of Assembly, under the responsibilities that we have under the 5th schedule, the THA is bound. All you want to say bound, it means you tie up, you lock up, you can't move, you have to do it, you can't go nowhere. The THA is bound by such national policy directives and cannot override and or ignore cabinet or the central government. Let me read that again. That the THA is bound by such national policy directives and cannot override and or ignore cabinet or the central government. Are you listening to me carefully? What is the national policy again? Shut down URP and what did the judgment say? That it don't matter what the THA think. It don't matter what is written in the 5th schedule of the Tobago House of Assembly Act of 1996. As long as the cabinet says so and is a national policy, then the THA cannot override it. They cannot do anything. And if you don't believe, I wish Kelvon could have come and play back that clip where the Prime Minister said, that fairly free to have your own opinion. He have no say here. The Prime Minister say you are a little boy in short pants. Sit down, shut your mouth, put your finger on your lips. But I could tell you something, when it comes to Ansel K. Dennis and the People's National Movement, we will not sit down. We will not put our fingers on our lips. We will not shut up, because we will fight. We will fight. We will fight for every CPEP worker, for every URP worker. We will fight. Just as Orville London did in 2015, the PNM, when we formed the next Tobago House of Assembly on January the 12th, we will fight for the URP and CPEP. And I will tell you, before I left office, we signed the permanent list in 2018 with NUGFW. Almost 600 workers were made permanent. And we took a lot of workers from the development program and we made them permanent. And I made a commitment. I am on record as saying the next step is to move URP into the permanent positions. And we started giving them training to prepare them to move. 1 or 2 of them got the chance to move into the electrical department. And what I can say without fear of contradiction tonight is that the commitment of the PNM is that the URP jobs will be secure. The URP workers will be taken care of. The CPEP workers will be taken care of, because we have a commitment to create 7,000 new jobs. And even before we do that, I can say without fear of contradiction again, that as we speak, as I speak here tonight, there are over 500 vacancies in the Division of Infrastructure. There are over 500 vacancies in the Division of Health. Yet they choose to give people 10 on, 10 off, because they want to keep you begging on their doorstep. They want to keep you begging in the office. They want to keep you begging, knocking on the glass of the big SUVs. But I want to tell you that the PNM will fight for you. CPEP is the way it is in Tobago because of the PNM, Orville London and the PNM. URP is the way it is because of Orville London and the PNM. We move from 10 on, 10 off to certain employment. We ensure that we train people. We ensure that we provided opportunities. And we will continue to do that. And you see they sent out a press release today, and nowhere in the press release says that they will not send home URP and they will not send home CPEP. As a matter of fact, Mr. Rolex gone boasting that they collect all the money already. If they're releasing money quarterly, what money you collect already? So you hear lie? You hear lie? People, I want you all to listen to me carefully. Tobago is in a state of shock right now. Tobago is in a dire position right now. It is mission critical. We cannot take any more chances with our future. We gave them a chance, and back when we gave them a chance, they were telling you they're Spartans for life. They were telling you that they're PDP for life. They were telling you that there's a bully fair for life. 6 months later, that mash up, they go on independent. 6 months after that, they form a new party. You can't take them on their word for nothing. You can't go to the bank with that. And I could tell you as we speak, there are CPEP workers waiting for pay. Because when everybody in working for the government got paid on the 18th of December, people working in CPEP and URP had to wait until the 23rd of December to be paid because they were struggling to find the money. They could not find money to pay CPEP and URP. All you're wondering where Q.C. getting all this information from? Up to tonight, someone from CPEP sent me a voice note saying that there are people in CPEP since 2022 can't get their maternity benefits up to today. There are people in CPEP who are working collecting waste and get paid since 2022. Today is the what of December. They can't get paid yet in 2025. They're struggling to find the money because they have no money, and they have to contend with a court order that says that URP and CPEP must be closed down. But I guarantee to you tonight that the People's National Movement will fight for these workers. We will take care of the workers. Back when, and I want to give a quick example, Marilyn, if you'll allow me. Back when we were changing up how we operated Studley Park Enterprise Limited, because we said that Studley Park is a place that could bring in revenue for Tobago. When we moved the daily rated workers from in the quarry and we absorbed them back into the division, every single worker was reabsorbed. Nobody lost their jobs. And on top of that, they got a benefit. They got a bonus of 3 fortnights pay. That was done in November of 2017. And by December, by Christmas, before Christmas, they got their money, 3 fortnights pay as an incentive. And Studley Park Enterprise Limited, wholly and solely operated by the Tobago House of Assembly. No Namalco could have come and set up an asphalt plant in there. Nobody could have come in and said the boss sent them to pick up boulders. We operated a profitable operation. We had mountains of aggregate there, and we said that we were going to do it, and we did it. Nobody was fired. We said nobody would be fired, and nobody was sent home. Because the PNM, when we make a promise, we stand on our promise. And tonight I make a promise to every CPEP worker, to every URP worker, we will take care of you. We will take care of you because the mission is clear. There's no ambiguity. There's no beating around the bush. We are putting Tobago first again. Like I didn't hear it. Like all you didn't hear me clearly. We are putting Tobago first. This is about bringing a roofing man to build a road that's falling apart. $100 million plus in that man's pocket for today. This is about giving a man a blight up in Argyle. This is about giving nobody no blight. This is about developing Tobagonians and ensuring that the money for Tobago stays in Tobago. $13 billion they receive, every single cent. While I was there from 2017 to 2021, we did not get $13 billion. They got $13 billion. I see my good friend Joseph Frederick there. Do the maths. 13 billion divided by 60 is over $200,000. Check your pocket, check around you, check by your house. Have you seen that $200,000 from the Tobago House of Assembly anywhere around you? I could tell you where to look. You could look on the hand of Mr. Rolex and see where the money gone. Where the $13 billion gone. You could see the man that driving the X6 and you could wonder where the $13 billion gone. You could see all the bike that they give away for Christmas and you're wondering where the $13 billion gone. That is where it gone. They said they built 4-bus shed, $1 million almost for 4-bus shed, but people still have their roof leaking. People sleeping with buckets under the roof. People can't even walk on the floor because they might fall down. People still using latrine in 2025. People don't have electricity in their homes in 2025, but you build 4-bus shed for almost $1 million. Well, all you go and sleep under that now. All you go and sleep under the 4-bus shed because that has done nothing for the people of Tobago. Where we $200,000 fix them pothole out in front of here. Yeah, when last they patch a pothole in Mount Grace, like they stop driving on the road because them big ride on them, the shocks and suspension good, so they don't even feel when they drop in a pothole. But I driving an old car, it don't matter, every pothole I drop in is badang badang, and I sure all of us hear it too, because everybody with a drop low car balling. They're too wicked. And I want to wrap up with this, because we get chained up and we believe that when UNC win, everybody win. But traffic fines going up more than double. Customs going up more than double. They even charging you now to make picnic. They're charging you more than double to make picnic and all. They too wicked. Like you had to pay down on the baby box. So on January the 12th, people, we have a job to do. And I know that the people here, you all are going to go early. So I'm talking to the ones that are watching on Facebook. I'm talking to the ones that are watching on YouTube. I'm talking to the ones who are going to be listening later on. I'm even talking to the trolls, because deep down you all know that the TPP and Fali has failed Tobago. Deep down you all know that for 4 years Tobagonians have suffered like never before. Deep down you all know that you could never trust Fali and the liar bunch of thieves again. I'm speaking to the right thinking Tobagonians now, who grew up in a Tobago where there were morals, where there were values, where there was ethics, where you could trust people, where there was responsibility in governance. I'm speaking to you tonight. Some of you said you don't want to vote because you're so disappointed in them. Well, I'm speaking to you tonight on January the 12th. Don't let somebody who voting for a drink, a rum, and a smoke, a weed decide your future. Don't let somebody who voting for a pot of stew, pork, and bus up shot vote on your future. Get up from where you are sitting, because you see, faith without works is dead. We have to put in the work, and on January the 12th, you have a job to do. That job is to get up early, raise your family, call up everybody, let them know that we're saying we prayers first thing because we are children of God. Let them know we just bathe and we just brush with teeth, because no matter how much you say P&M stink and dirty, we clean and we standing on solid ground. Let them know that you're going to bathe and brush your teeth and you're picking up your family and you're heading to the polling station and you're lining up good and early. You don't even need an ID card. You don't even need a polling card. All you need to do is show up, and you're showing up with your voting finger and you're putting your X by the balize. On January the 12th, people, we have a job to do. We have a job, a mission to rescue Tobago. If ever there was a code red, it is now. If ever Tobago needed each and every one of you, it is now. PNM people, spread the news. Stop by, talk our leader, because we trust him. We believe in him. We have faith in him. He will not sell out Tobagonians. He will not pretend he don't know about the radar when he know about it. He will not be wearing no Rolex on his hand costing over $500,000. On January the 12th, people, the PNM has a plan, and we are going to execute that plan with each and every one of you. We will take care of you. We will take care of you. And on January the 12th, when every ballot is counted and the PNM is declared as victorious, we could definitely praise and say, great is our God. We could definitely praise God and say, great is our island of Tobago. And we will definitely say that great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. And we have prevailed. I thank you.
PNM. PNM. PNM.
One man on a pulpit preach, another one in the classroom teach, another one on the TV say, oh my, it will be lovely today. And then the way they hypnotizing the youth, they say they're talking the gospel truth. A little old lady whisper to me, be careful of what you hear and
Tell them.
half of what you see is just illusion.
Most of what they're telling you.
You hear is not the truth.
Listen.
Half of what you see is
More than half.
illusion.
We can't believe nothing these people telling us. Nothing.
The things they tell you,
You can't believe them.
it has no value. And it is
Pull it up, DJ. PNM family. We fighting tonight. We come here to stand, remember this, in defense of Tobago. We ain't just come to put Tobago first again, you know. There are some battles that we have to engage head on. And one of those battles is the profuse amount of lies that this administration has said to Tobago. You agree with me? I have a clip there, Kwesi called for it. So I make sure and I bring it up. I want the DJ to pull up that clip for me. Let me know when you're ready. Because we just keep receipts. They cannot say we making stuff up. Go ahead, DJ, run it.
On Thursday evening said that if he had his way, he would not put the radar in Tobago, nor allow U.S. aircraft in Tobago's airport. So how do you feel about that statement?
Well, Folly doesn't have his way, does he?
All you hear that? Oh, play it again, DJ.
One more question.
Some people didn't hear.
On Thursday evening said that if he had his way, he would not put the radar in Tobago, nor allow U.S. aircraft in Tobago's airport. So how do you feel about that statement?
Well, Folly doesn't have his way, does he?
That is the voice of the individual that the chief secretary sat down and colluded with to sell out Tobago. And quickly she forget that he does talk to. So she realized now, and he realized now, who the real boss is. As far as she is concerned, the chief secretary don't have what? No say. Tobago, do we want a chief secretary who have no say? No! No! And we're not taking that tonight. And that is why our next speaker is a young man who, for the past 4 years, stood up every single month and let them know we're not taking that. We don't agree with what it is all you want to do. What all you're saying don't make sense. It's not practical. Where are you getting the money from? Stop lying to Tobago. So tonight I want to bring to the podium a young man who stood for Tobago, who for the past 4 years consistently was the seed planted to put Tobago first every single day that he rose up and spoke on behalf of the population. Welcome with me this evening, our minority leader and soon to be re-elected Assemblyman for Darrell Spring Whip, Mr. Kelvin Morris.
Ooh, yeah.
PNM.
love that won't fade.
Hear them.
So come, Jesus, come. We've been waiting too long, for the day you return to heal every hurt and right every wrong. We need you right now. Come and turn this around. 'Cause deep down I know this world isn't home. Come, Jesus, come.
Mount Grace, good night. PNM family, good night. Wim, Bakil people, good night. All the young men, good night.
Hear them.
It is indeed an honor, a privilege to speak to you here at Mount Grace. And before I get into my presentation, just permit me to recognize in our midst, coming all the way from Trinidad to spend some time with us here in Mount Grace. She was at WIM walking with us earlier. Our political leader of the People's National Movement, the leader of the opposition, the Honorable Penelope Beckles-Robinson.
Hear them.
Tonight I want to recognize our political leader, a young man who have stood in the gap for the People's National Movement here in Tobago through very difficult times, and have proven he's a leader worth his salt, a visionary, a young man that will bring Tobago back to a place of real development. The next candidate, the next area representative under the Chief Secretary coming out of the electoral district of Bukumong Pleasant, Brother Ansel Dennis.
Hear them.
I want to recognize here a young woman who answered the call when to many they may have refused. And I recall when I called her and I asked her to join me as the lone representative in the Tobago House of Assembly as the councillor. Without hesitation, she immediately accepted, and she accepted when she was taking a pay downgrade. And that is to show you the kind of commitment of your next area representative for Scarborough Mount Grace, that very hard-working, committed, dedicated young lady, Mrs. Petal Daniel Benoit.
Hear them.
And to all the other young, brilliant, well, Mr. Miller, I don't know if you fall in the category of young, but standard bearers of the PNM who believe in this mission of rescuing Tobago and putting Tobago first again. I want to salute each and every one of you. Brothers and sisters, as I stand here tonight, I want to first thank the people of this electoral district, Darrell Spring WIM, especially the people who fall in this electoral district from Mount Grace Heights, for your support and your continued pledge of support. As I walk the district and I walk that area in particular, I understand your needs aren't unreasonable. And for the family that told me, Kelvon, if you can get that bin delivered before the election, we will vote for you. I want to give that family the assurance that prepare your vote for Kelvon because your bin is on the way. And this is how we represent as the PNM. We don't need office because we believe in giving service to people, whether in office or out of office. And that's what you will get from every PNM representative, all 15 of us. Service, service, service.
Brothers and sisters, you would have heard from 𝐂𝐸𝐶 Divines. And 𝐂𝐸𝐶, when he burned them, like he raised the ants' nest, because they came out in large numbers to debunk what 𝐂𝐸𝐶 would have told you, that the plan of the TPP and their friends, their sisters, their brothers in the UNC, as was done in Trinidad, is to shut down, close down, terminate, and send home the workers of URP and CPEP. And that is a fact. Because if you don't believe me or you don't believe 𝐂𝐸𝐶, I invite you to go and look at the budget documents for 2025-2026 and tell me if you see any line item, any allocation for CPEP and URP going to the THA. There is absolutely none. And there's a reason for that. Because in Trinidad, the government has said as policy that they are no longer going to fund or support URP and CPEP. So when you have a chief secretary that is coming to tell you that even outside of what is the regular arrangement where you get budgetary allocation quarterly, that they have already received all the money, tell that chief secretary that is a big fat lie. But this chief secretary is a man I've said is a stranger to the truth. And it has something I don't know. They say birds of a feather, all of them just flock together. And it's no wonder a young man left the loving, truthful arms of the PNM and went over to the deceiving, liar, wicked ways of the TPP. Because I heard that young man saying he spoke to some CPEP worker, and the worker from CPEP is telling him that after 23 years, the only time they have received a raise of salary is under the TPP. You hear a lie? That is a big fat lie. And I really want to share with you why I know this is a lie. Because I have here in my hands confirmed Executive Council minute number 657 of September 13th, 2007. You understand? This is in 2007. We started CPEP way back in 2004. And here is the note. This note approves and confirms an increase. The Executive Council increases the CPEP, and I'll give you in 2018, right, agree that the approval be given to pay a 15% increase to all CPEP workers in 2018, and the increase be made retroactive to January of 2007. So what it means is in 2018, a note was done to increase the pay, and they were even paid a back pay retroactively to 2007. So how could this upstart, this newly formed TPP member, the man who is contesting our chief secretary candidate, our political leader, come to say that under the TPP, that is the only time they receive increase for the CPEP? When this note confirmed that in 2018, there was a 15% pay increase under back pay. Who was in charge? That was Kelvin Charles and the People's National Movement. And therefore, again, you can't take these people's word and make, they're just liars. And imagine, the man barely spent 2 weeks in the TPP, and liabilities hold the man already. Liabilities is an infection across the breadth of the TPP, fairly spreading it to all of them. And therefore, I'm saying to the CPEP and URP workers, how could you trust the word of a man who said to every contract worker that no one of you will lose your jobs. We give you the commitment here before the election. when we get into power, no contract worker will lose their jobs. You know what? A few moments later, the PDP is the administration and is fire for CPEP workers, fire for workers from the community partnership, fire for the monitoring and evaluation, fire for anybody that deem PNM. And more than that, they're saying now Tobago is we. And I want to ask the Chief Secretary, who is this we? Was Tobago we when they fired the workers from community partnership? Was Tobago we when they fired the monitoring and evaluation workers? Was Tobago we when they deemed workers of the THA political hires? Was Tobago we when they got the court judgment that said pay Gavin Walters and the rest because you terminate them under false pretense and under unjust circumstances? And you decide even after the court awarded them payment, you decided not to pay them even up to this day. Was Tobago we then? And therefore, even when you took our contractors, you blacklist them. You decide even the monies, millions owed to these contractors, banks knocking on their doors, they have workers to pay, have to send home 1,500 Tobago workers. That is about 6,000 families affected. And when they come asking for their money, you decide you're not paying them. Was Tobago we? So Tobagonians, now that they want to go back, their time come wrong, because you see this thing, life is a cycle, and they cut style on we, the people at Tobago. Remember the people up in Bell Garden, one woman make a mistake and call the Secretary of Health a Saturday. I didn't know that she was a Sabbath worshipper, because when the woman called she that Saturday, she took to Facebook and she shame up the woman. She tell the woman, what you calling me 6 o'clock in the morning for? Give me a break. Well, Tobagonians, now they're coming to you Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all hours. And I want you to tell them when they knock on your door, give me a break the same way. We must not forget how they treat us over the last 4 years. And you have a chief secretary playing smart with foolishness. All the time he was big bad wolf for Dr. Rowley, cussing the big man left, right, and center. Remember when he tell Dr. Rowley, stay out of Tobago people business. Now Kamala have him like a little pipsqueak. He can't say a word. And after he colluded with Kamala, and he brought to Tobago a death gift in that radar, he playing smart and telling you that he don't have the authority. Well, let me tell you something here tonight. That also is a lie. Because you see, there's something called the Tobago House of Assembly Act. And in that act, it gives us a lot of powers. A lot of powers is in that act. And it also gives us areas of responsibility. And I'm sure plenty of you all didn't know. You see that airport and that seaport, that wharf? That is part of the Schedule 5 of the responsibilities of Tobago. And therefore, I am saying to the Chief Secretary, any decision to bring a radar here in Tobago, national security or not, ought to have some kind of conversation, collaboration with the Tobago House of Assembly, because that is the law. And therefore, don't let the Chief Secretary hoodwink you. And as Kwesi told you, I am positive the Chief Secretary knew, and the Chief Secretary approved, and the Chief Secretary sacrificed the lives of every 60,000 residents of Tobago. And because he now recognized this is becoming a serious political issue, he's trying to sanitize himself. Because now he realized no tourists not coming, and he affecting the restaurants, it affecting the hotels, it affecting the taxi drivers. They have pounded the final nail in Tobago's coffin. And I'm saying to you right here in Mount Grace, this election is bigger than simply red, black, or blue. this election is about saving our lives and our livelihoods, because we here have a chief secretary candidate, a political leader who has already said that he will ensure that he tell this prime minister, you see the radar? Take the radar and put it in Siparia. We are going to speak for the people of Tobago, because we will not allow Kamla Persad-Bissessar and Fali Chavez Augustine to put the lives of Tobagonians at risk. And this is what we are about here. We are about putting Tobago first. So you here in Mount Grace, you have a worthy candidate, a young lady. I watched her perform, served, even without office. She has been a better representative for the people of Scarborough and Mount Grace than the one you elect. Because when you drive on those roads, he is the Secretary of Infrastructure, but he's really the Secretary of Potholes. Because when you walk and drive through the length and breadth of this district, it's pothole after pothole, 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 pothole. So tonight I rebranding him Pothole Trevor. And like Big Dog told us, we had to tell Pothole Trevor, it is time for you to take your Prado and ride out.
You dig, you dig, you dig.
This is a season, brothers and sisters, to tell them pack up their things and ride out. Because remember that they tell me about bread and butter business, and they pretended like they were for the small man. But as soon as they get in, watch how they're living, better than us. Watch what they're driving, better than us. Watch what they're wearing, nicer than us. And therefore, brothers and sisters, it is time we tell them, you had your chance, you had your opportunity, you failed us, and it is time to ride out. And as I close, you see everything that is happening at the national level. The TPP is equally complicit, because the TPP and the UNC are one in the same. I want to repeat that. The TPP and the UNC, they are both the same. One is yellow and one is bleach yellow.
You dig, you dig.
And therefore the actions of Kamla Persad-Bissessar is actually the actions also of Fali Chavez Augustine, Mr. Thomas, and Mr. Joel Nazi Sampson. Because when we thought we were sending down fighters, what we really send down is Momo drummers. All you're seeing them doing is drumming on the table, meeting after meeting. Not Mako drummers, Momo drummers.
You dig, you dig, you dig.
And you see, all them hikes that we have to face now, all them must let fall and them pay with your finger, because they lie again to us. The Prime Minister told us, and they made Dr. Rowley out and the PNM to be so evil and out of anti-worker and anti-small man, telling you all about the fines and they will reduce fines. And on their first opportunity to show their mettle, instead of reducing the fines, you know what they do? They turn around and double the fines. They increase it 100%. So if you was paying $1,000 for a broken light, you're now paying $2,000. Just imagine if you drop in one at Trevor pothole and your engine start to leak, you now move from $1,000 fine to $2,000 fine. And brothers and sisters, I'm saying to you, you are seeing all the signs. And when they come to you, you have to tell them like how the woman just tell them, oh, you're too wicked. So you have Petal here. You have Kelvin next door. You have a party with plans, with programs. Young people, you have the opportunity. We are saying to you, we have jobs. We have training. It's about tourism. It's about agriculture. Remember when we talk about the cable cars, taking the tourists from Fort King George all the way down to the Esplanade. We talk about building a cruise ship village so that we can have tourists coming and enjoying the beauty of Tobago. These are the things we are talking about. And therefore, we are saying, as you go to the polls, vote for the PNM, vote for Petalier, vote for 𝐾𝐨𝐦𝐿, vote for Miller right across in Bacatel, vote for Kwesi Devine, vote for Ansel Dennis, vote for all 15 candidates of the People's National Movement.
PNM.
And make sure and come to him tomorrow night as I tell you more reason why you should vote. And when we do this, children of God, we will all sing in one united, beautiful voice as the PNM in this rain blooms and rain again. Great is our God. Great is this beautiful island of Tobago and its people. Great is the PNM. And we shall prevail.
You dig?
If I talk alone, we not able. Every day I go wrong, I tell fable. Them are dead, they're not able. But them are bring to the table. A 5 years gone, they're not stable. Nothing no worse is to take over. Tobago anchored in a cycle game over. December 6 people in vote with a vengeance. But they never know them a send a death sentence. Put in the team, when I say they will fix this and every target them a miss. Now we like get hard for them a brain the economy. Drive in a car that don't work out to people. Now is the time to stand up for all of it.
Yeah. What they bring to the table, man?
If I talk alone,
what they really bring to the table? Lies, half-truths and innuendos. That is what they bring to the table. And we fed up by it. Say we fed up. Say we fed up. We not taking it no more. I want all you to do something this evening. When I call something, I want all you to say, the lie. We go practice. They say up. The lie. Come, let me get the thing right. They say go. The false audit report. The ferry service to Grenada. The new flight coming July last year. And for the man here, who is the now former representative for this district, the new Scarborough. And for the lady over who trying to attack our guy, a new education curriculum. That is all they do. They lie, 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 lie.
You dig?
Liabilities infect all of them. And it come right from the top. Fish that's rotten from where? And tonight we know the head rotten and it falling off because Mr. Maxwell Roberts deal with him last night in Charlottesville. Yeah. So we're going to continue this evening as we bring another standard bearer to the microphone. He's a sharpshooter. Say shot, sir. A sharpshooter. And when he come in, he going to hit them hard. He going to hit them sharp. And he going to hit them quick. Mr. Dexter Miller, welcome him tonight.
Bad people take over. Something wrong with them. Fully. PNM we voting again. PNM we voting this year. PNM we voting again. PNM we voting this year. PNM we voting again. PNM we voting this year. You know feel how the temperature it rising. Rumors of war them promoting. Guns and bombing, no joke thing. The only done on them become a victim. UNC stupid bad, Farley crazy. He acting like he had no sense. He under false pretense. Big people start to panic. Plus they can't like God damn it. It's like they will mash up everything. Dance. Come lines and mad girls.
PNM family, good night. I stand on all protocols before me. We are here tonight to reaffirm our position. Let me say, it is no stranger that the weather is like this. It's simply a demonstration that the People's National Movement, regardless of what the weather is, we will be there for you, Tobago. First, good evening, brothers and sisters of Scarborough Mount Grace. and the rest of Tobago. Tonight I stand here before you with one simple, clear message. That Tobago deserves better. And together we must put Tobago first again. I am here to endorse my sister, Mrs. Petal Daniel Benoit. We have known Mrs. Benoit in the Tobago House of Assembly. She has been tested and tried, and she has proven herself worthy. Her integrity has been demonstrated. Mr. Kelvin Morris was the pilot at that time, and Petal was what we consider his wingman. It is important to have a performing wingman. The wingman will give you the necessary guidance and stability to execute what is necessary. And Mrs. Benoit demonstrated that she is a worthy wingman. She would have challenged issues on behalf of the People's National Movement and the people of Tobago. And to this date, there are several questions that have been unanswered because of her challenging of the issues. And that in itself, it's a demonstration that the fact that she can stand resilient. And tonight, I am here to endorse Scarborough Mount Grace that Mrs. Petal Daniel Benoit is your best choice of candidate for your area. This election is not about noise. It is not about blame, but it's about results. It's about leadership under Ansel K. Dennis, and it's about positive direction in which the PNM has already given you, the people of Tobago, our contract, that we are prepared to give you what is necessary for the future of Tobago and Tobagonians. And a contract is simply offer and acceptance. So you to have your part to play in the fulfillment of this contract. We are saying to you that this is our bold red vision for Tobago. It is realistic, it's futuristic, it's achievable, because together we are going to put Tobago first again. After 4 long years, I want you, the people of Tobago and Scarborough Mount Grace, to ask yourself honestly, have your lives changed in any significant way? Is your community stronger for today? Is Tobago moving forward for now? We are stagnant. If the answer is no, then Tobago is speaking to us loud and clear. Brothers and sisters, leadership is not about promises made at election time and forgotten after. It's about promises made, fulfillment to follow, and definite action that will change your life for the future. Leadership is about service. It's about accountability and delivery. Tobago cannot survive on handouts, on fear, and on short-term fixes. We need a vision, and the vision that we need is the one that the People's National Movement under Ansel K. Dennis and would have been formulated from our walkabouts or conversations and the issues that have been brought to us by you, the people of Tobago, that has put this contract together. We are here to simply tell you it's going to be a marriage certificate between the People's National Movement and you, the people of Tobago. We need vision, we need structure that will work for the people and not for any self-serving issue or entity. This is not the Tobago that you would have known. That is why tonight I say without hesitation, the People's National Movement is the only proven choice for Tobago at this time. The PNM has a track record of real service and delivery. We have built schools, hospitals, community centers, roads, recreational facilities, and institutions that still serve us, the people of Tobago, even up to today. Progress in Tobago carries the footprints of the People's National Movement, and no amount of talk, bicycle, or any amount of hampers or promises can erase that. And that is the plain truth that we must face. With $13 billion spent in 4 years, what has remained for us to look at which is tangible? What has been built? Whose lives have been improved by this period? Tobagonians are wise people. Sugar and salt may look the same, but we know the difference. I stand with the PNM because the PNM believes in developing people, empowering communities, and building Tobago for long-term sustainability. I have offered myself to you, the people of Tobago, not as a talker, but as a proven worker. Not as a spectator, but as a servant leader. Tobago, under the People's National Movement administration, will restore hope, dignity, and opportunity to this island. Brothers and sisters, this is our moment. We cannot stand and remain silent. We cannot stand in a corner and be afraid. We cannot settle for less. Tobago certainly deserves better. Your children deserve better. Your families and households and communities deserve much better than what we are faced for today. Scarborough Mount Grace, Darrell Spring Wim, Mason South Bagatelle, and Tobago on a whole deserves better. Tonight, I ask you to stand up and be counted. Vote for leadership. Vote for experience. Vote for progress. Vote for a team that will continue to be committed to service. And on the 12th of January 2026, go out to the polls and vote the People's National Movement, and let us put Tobago first again. I thank you.
PNM.
You dig?
We built the schools, the roads, the ground. In every village, progress found. We learned, we grew, we took a stand.
Pull it up, DJ.
Moving with a brand new plan. Put away.
Dexter Miller, Bagatelle Bacolette, putting Tobago first again. You know, Tobago is a land of sayings. Anybody ever hear this saying? And only if all you know it, finish it for me. Don't take bully flay to see in the night. Tell me. Don't take bully flay to see in the night. What you could see clear in the day. If we don't have a chief secretary who the prime minister could say he don't have no say, what he coming to tell all you now? What he coming to tell all you? What promise he could make? If the prime minister says CPEP and URP shut down, he don't have a say. If the prime minister say when the cabo start gone, we're not bringing our next vessel just yet, he don't have no say. So don't let him come and try to fool you. It's just deception, just like the audit. Up to now we can't see it. Yeah? We're moving on this evening. And we reach now where the thing very serious. Because we have the young lady who is going to be carrying the title of the area representative of Scarborough Mount Grace on January 13th. All you didn't hear me. On January 13th, well, 12th we'll be saying as of midnight tonight. From tomorrow, we calling on Assemblyman Petal Daniel Benoit to step into the seat, to go into the horseshoe, and to stand up and put Scarborough Mount Grace first Again, let us welcome her tonight as she comes. The coming in, the incoming, the incoming, the incoming assemblyman. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Let all men want to say loud and then from Calder straight to Mount Grayson. We choose we friend put to be first again. Don't know we go again. Hand in hand, together we stand. Let all men want lead land.
You respect that?
Mount Grey strong, together we stand. Darrow Spring group at your life. Hartley and pushing hope to survive. Providence Road and Sergeant Kane. Government House Road feel the change. Friend feel link up. Cinnamon Hill, Scarborough Unity. Iron Will, PLM show action not no seed. From road to school to community. The work already speak for itself. To be a great progress.
Scarborough, Mongrace, good evening. Calder Hall, good evening. Providence Road, good evening. Hall Road, good evening. Cinnamon Hill, good evening. Government House Road, good evening. PNM people, good evening. Tobago, good evening. Brothers and sisters, representation is a serious thing. And tonight, we're not on games. But before I continue, permit me to recognize our political leader and opposition leader, Mrs. Penelope Beckles Robinson. I also want us to recognize the man that will beat the opponent bad in Buku Mount Pleasant, the political leader of the Tobago Council of the People's National Movement, Mr. Ansel Dennis. I also want us to recognize our minority leader, the one is enough, who will return as the representative for Darrell Spring Wim, Assemblyman Kelvon Morris. I also want to recognize the standard bearer for Mason Hall South, Bagatelle, Mr. Dexter Miller. I also want to recognize the very young, vibrant, fiery Tobago East Youth League Chairman, our very own Miss Jada Charles. And all you lovely people of Scarborough, Mongrace, Darrell Spring Wim, Bagatelle, Mason Hall South, Bagatelle, and I almost forgot the man who will beat Whitey Bad. Mr. Kwesi Devines, he was on fire here tonight. He brought the facts to you. I hope that we're listening. So as I started, representation is serious business. And we are on no games tonight in Scarborough, Mongrace. Broken promises, they're on games. Lies, and the minority leader called them liabilities. Lie, they're on games. Absent for 4 years, thank God the election come. We see them up and down Scarborough, Mongrace, they're on games. Brothers and sisters of Scarborough, Mongrace, we are saying no more games with James. Brothers and sisters of Scarborough, Mongrace, we are saying no more games with James.
You respect that?
I am not here because it's election season. I am here because over 3 decades, this district has been my home. And when your home hurts, you don't look away. Over the years, I have listened.
I have listened to the single mothers choosing between school supplies and groceries. I have listened to our elders quietly saying, we feel neglected and forgotten. I have listened to you young people who want to dream but don't feel safe enough to do so. And tonight I want you to hear me clearly. I see you, I hear you, and I am with you. We are not on games. I have walked the streets of Calder Hall, of Mongrace, of Darrell Spring, of Harmony Hall, of Cinnamon Hill, of Friendsfield, of Government House Road. I have walked this district. I have held the hands of our grieving mothers and families in times of bereavement. I have stood with our churches, our schools, our sportsmen and women, our cultural groups and small businesses. I have shown up. I have been present, not for the cameras, but for the people of this district. I have been present for the people of Scarborough, Mongrace. So this is not about politics for me. This is about community where I live. And you may ask why. Because I was raised with the simple truth that leadership means showing up. Showing up every day, not just during the election season. I am a professional. I am a chartered accountant by profession with over 19 years of professional experience in financial management, governance, public administration, youth development, and community work. For the past 4 years, I have served as your minority councillor in the Tobago House of Assembly. That experience has taught me something important: how easily communication can be ignored and how hard we must fight to ensure that our voices are heard. And Scarborough, Mongrace, I am here to fight so that your voice will be heard.
Clear them.
I bring to public office integrity. I bring to public office discipline. I bring to public office compassion. I bring to public office competence, shaped by my years of service with NGOs, youth organizations, state agencies, and this very community of Scarborough, Mongrace. So ladies and gentlemen, as the minority leader said, with the People's National Movement, we don't need office to serve. We serve people in office and out of office. And in my recent years working alongside the minority leader and working alongside many of you in this district, we have delivered back to school support to over 100 children, assisted with textbook, stationery, and backpacks. We have also hosted mental health support during our COVID-19 period, a very trying time for our nation, for our community, for the world. We have had 3 sessions serving an average of 15 residents per session. We have provided food support and vouchers for over 300 families in this district throughout the years. Entrepreneurial and mental support to many small businesses. And of course, our children's Christmas celebration, where over 200 children were supported annually. And our very recent children's Christmas celebration on Christmas Day, when we brought joy to over 400 children in this district. Brothers and sisters, in our walks through the community, we recognized that we had dilapidated spaces. And as a result, we had some community facelift projects. We would have repainted the wall by the Eric Havel football field in Calder Hall. We brought the community together. The paint was sponsored and we all painted the wall and power washed the pavement. We would have walked in Gruger Patch and we saw the place overgrown with grass. We brought men and women together from the entire community. Gruger Patch, Calder Hall, Cinnamon Hill, and we cut the entire street of Gruger Patch from down to the bridge to up in the village. And that is performance out of office. Brothers and sisters, these were not handouts. They were interventions because the people matter. They were interventions because you, the people, matter. But let me be clear this evening. Events alone do not fix our system. And Scarborough Mongrace deserves more than survival. We deserve real progress. So I must ask you tonight, the residents of Scarborough Mongrace, where is the urgency from our representative to address our issues? Where is the vision for Scarborough Mongrace? Where is the care for the people of Scarborough Mongrace? And today our reality is we have communities overgrown. Basic maintenance have been allowed to fail. Lack of sustainable employment opportunities as well as lack of support for small businesses in our community. The Calder Hall play park, once filled with laughter, is now unsafe and neglected, overgrown with bush. The Y Zone, once a safe space for growth and development, sits locked and abandoned. Our roads, and the minority leader has rebranded the gentleman, the representative for this area, Pothole Trevor. We have a representative who is responsible for the division of infrastructure. And if you walk around our community, our roads are in a deplorable condition. Our roads, deplorable, broken, manholes, craters, potholes all over our district. Brothers and sisters, we have also seen in recent time an increase in the number of giant African snails. And as we walk through the community, we see it. As we speak to our residents, we hear the cries and the complaints. So brothers and sisters, when public spaces decay and residents feel hopeless, crime and criminal activity fills the vacuum. And leadership, your representative, must never allow that to happen. And since the formation of this Tobago House of Assembly administration, they were PDP, they came in as Spartans, then they turned independents, now they are TPP. Scarborough Mongrace has not felt consistent, viable, accountable representation. And brothers and sisters, tonight we say no more games, ride out James. Brothers and sisters, tonight we say no more games, ride out James. People of Scarborough Mongrace, I have come not to make promises I cannot keep. Tonight, I commit to work with you, and together we will address the challenges and the issues in this electoral district. The PNM has listened. We have developed a big, bold, red deal, a vision grounded in the real needs of you, the people of Scarborough-Mongrace. Everything we stand for in this election comes down to 3 priorities: our young people, the safety and stability of our communities, and the economic empowerment that affords families the opportunity to earn and thrive. So residents of Scarborough-Mongrace, together we will provide sustainable employment opportunities. New jobs will be created through our small business support, through our major construction projects in our community, and through tourism expansion and growth, as well as the agricultural sector. Brothers and sisters, residents, people of Scarborough-Mongrace, we will provide sustainable employment opportunities for you, the people. We will provide support for entrepreneurs. We know this district is a district of businesses and entrepreneurs. And we have heard the cries of the entrepreneurs in relation to lack of support. So we will provide that support to our entrepreneurs and small businesses of up to $100,000 in grants and $1 million in loan guarantee for you, the small businessman and the entrepreneur. We have heard the cries of the single parent and the vulnerable families, and as a result, we will increase our emergency food support to a minimum of $1,000 and expand our home care services for our senior citizens. We have heard the cries of our seniors where they need assistance and care. And we have seen that our seniors have been going to the division and they have been ignored. Brothers and sisters, we will create a community with safe spaces for recreation, mentorship, and support. We will also provide home repairs for vulnerable families of up to $100,000 in repairs done by the small contractor in this community. And for our young people, we have heard you. So if you are between the ages of 21 to 35, you will have access to 100% financing for starter homes and apartments. Our farmers, you are not left behind. We have also heard your cries, and there will be a provision of up to 5 acres of lands per farmer and 100,000 startup grants for our new farmers. More families will be removed from dependence, and there will be families walking around with their head held high in dignity. Brothers and sisters, residents of Scarborough-Mongrace, I will work with you, not around you. I will work with you to fix the problems, to fix the issues, and to fix the challenges in our community. So Scarborough-Mongrace, we should never have to beg for basic amenities. And let me say this clearly, and I'm saying it again, we are not on games. We are not on games. So Mr. Trevor James, ride out. We need representation that is present, that respects our voices, and that fights for us. And I will always put this community, this electoral district of Scarborough-Mongrace, and the people of Tobago first. Now I know that some people may say, she's too quiet. But as our elders say, quiet waters run deep. And leadership is not measured by volume. It is measured by outcomes. And Tobago women understand that. This campaign is not about noise. This campaign is about real results and real representation. Not politics for politics' sake, but grounded in a duty of care of our people, rooted in community pride and with a steadfast eye for our progress. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, PNM family, our community of Scarborough Mongrace deserves better. Our community of Scarborough Mongrace deserves action and not excuses. Our community of Scarborough Mongrace deserves real representation and real leadership. So brothers and sisters, on election day, I ask you for your support. I ask you to stand with me. I ask you to walk with me, not just to the polls, but forward for a future built with purpose. Brothers and sisters of Scarborough Mongrace, I ask you to stand with me. I ask for your support. I ask you to support a lady who has been consistent, who has been present, who has been serving this community out of office. So just imagine what we can do together as your representative. So brothers and sisters, on the 12th of January 2026, I ask you to vote for Kelvon Morris to return as the representative for Darrell Spring Wim. I ask you to vote for Mr. Ansel Dennis, who will beat his opponent in Buku, Mount Pleasant. I ask you to vote for Kwesi Devines in Mason Hall, Mariah. I ask you to vote for Dexter Miller in Mason Hall, South Bagatelle. I ask you to vote for your servant leader, Petal Benoit in Scarborough Mongrace. I ask you to vote for all our 15 representatives and standard bearers throughout Tobago. And when that is done, we will say, great is Tobago. We will say, great is our people. We will say, great is the people's national movement. And we have prevailed. I thank you.
You respect that? You dig?
Let us hear it from Petal, Daniel Benoit, Scarborough Mongrace, Scarborough Mongrace, Scarborough Mongrace. No more games from James. Ride out a tongue. No more games from James. We fed up at the games. All you should shame he. That man single-handedly dismantled the whole economy in Tobago. Run him from Scarborough Mongrace. Yeah? I want the DJ cue up that song for me. Because we next speaker. We have a next speaker who cannot be called a liar. When you check your blood sugar level, no diabetes in it. DJ cue up the song for me. No diabetes in it. You could take blood from him and give to every single candidate, and they're coming out with integrity. When they say something will happen, it will happen. This evening I want to all stand up, if you could, as we herald the leader of Team Tobago 2026.
Only selection time.
The young man who will lead a 15-member team whose mantra is to put Tobago first again. He understands leadership. He understands vision. No small talk and picong. We come in to give you solid leadership, solid vision, roll out, development, everything, young, old, everybody. Let us welcome the man here tonight, Mr. Ansel Dennis. Say Dennis. Say Dennis. Say Dennis.
From God Laal, right back to me, so now ask me about it. Him nasty, you respect that. Them come fi catch kicks for 4 years, them get dark and them waste it. Some of this I sing back to basics.
Vote PNM today, and still not go play games, no time.
Him ready up enough, fight.
No games, no time.
Fight. PNM, vote PNM.
Let me see your voting finger.
PNM, 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 vote PNM, 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 vote for PNM, 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 PNM.
Thank you, Mount Grace. How you feeling? Scarborough, how you feeling? Calder Hall, Bagatelle, Tobago people. The weather is trying to stop us, but the PNM's journey to rescuing the people of Tobago must continue. And therefore, good evening to all of you gathered here faithfully for yet another PNM meeting, and to the over 600 persons looking on online, good evening to you as well. Of course, let me recognize our political leader, Mrs. Penelope Beckles-Robinson. Chairman of the PNM Tobago Council, Mr. Larry Paul. PRO Lawrence Hislop, former senator, is here as well. Minority leader, Assemblyman Kelvin Morris. Your standard bearer for this district of Scarborough, Mount Grace, Mrs. Petal Daniel Benoit. Other members of the winning team come January 12th, 2026. It is a pleasure to be here, and of course, I want to salute all you members and supporters and distinguished Tobagonians gathered here this evening despite the inclement weather. These are serious times that we are in. And I am sure that you, the people of Tobago in particular, are paying very close attention to developments on our island and developments nationally as well. Of course, Madam Sertica told us some time ago that the radar is a gift to the people of Tobago from the TPP and from the Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar. And of course, while we were enjoying ham, lamb, and jam during Christmas time, we, the people of this country, got some more gifts in the form of increased traffic fines, increased taxes across the board, increased arrangements to even register births and deaths in this country, increases across the board. And of course, they campaigned right here in Tobago under the slogan, "When UNC win, everybody win." And the question is to you, the people of Tobago, are you winning yet? And just in case you may forget, I want you to remember that every time you look at the Parliament channel, the two MPs that you, the people of Tobago, elected as part of the TPP are always sitting on the side of the government and voting and supporting the government led by the UNC. And therefore, all of us must conclude that the TPP is in fact the Tobago People's Partnership, and therefore they are an office of the UNC here in Tobago. And in case you had any doubt, when the Member of Parliament for Tobago East had one opportunity to speak up for the people of Tobago regarding the radar situation, he said to you that it was a good thing. And in fact, he labeled it as part of the upgrades to the new A&R Robinson Airport Terminal building. In fact, he lied to you. He preferred to lie to you to support their friends in the UNC. And therefore, make no mistake that on January the 12th, a vote for the TPP will in fact be a vote for the United National Congress. And I want to tell you one more thing before I get into the subject that I came here to discuss this evening. I want you to pay attention to who is funding their campaign. Because I can tell you over the next few days, you will see one of the most expensive campaigns in the history of Tobago House of Assembly elections. In fact, it is forecasted to be more expensive than the TOP's campaign of 2013. And already during the Christmas period, my information is that close to 10,000 hampers have been distributed across Tobago. In addition to hampers, I am told that a particular candidate in a particular district right here in 𝐶𝐵𝐺 had access to hundreds of bicycles. And nothing is wrong with distributing hampers, but I want you, the people of Tobago, to ask yourself one question. Where did the money to fund this campaign come from? Because you have to realize that in 4 short years, you, the people of Tobago, have lost total control of your own construction sector, and it has been sold out totally to UNC financiers from South Trinidad. And guess what? Some of the corrupt dealings as a result of those contracts have come back to Tobago to fund this election. You have to ask yourself as well, who is now in control of the Studley Park quarry? What deal was signed that allowed a contractor from Trinidad to come to Tobago and set up shop in your quarry here in Tobago? And you must ask yourself this question as well. Which Tobagonian, which Tobago contractor could leave Tobago and go to Trinidad and occupy any quarry owned by the state, whether it be national quarries or whichever quarry, and set up a plant there? And I'm saying to you, that could never happen. And therefore the question has to be asked, what is the arrangement? Who is benefiting from this arrangement? Because it certainly isn't the people of Tobago. And to what extent was the goodies being brought to Tobago funded by that individual who owns that company? You also have to ask yourself the question, who currently owns no man's land? And I will leave that for another time, because I can tell you about a very interesting development. But all I am prepared to do tonight is to ask the question, who currently controls no man's land? But I want us to talk about 𝐶𝐵𝐺, in particular Scarborough, the capital of Tobago. And I want to say that it is always a pleasure for anybody to represent the district of Scarborough-Mongrace, because previously it was represented by the Venerable former Chief Secretary, Orville London, and then we had Marcelin Melville Jack, again of the People's National Movement, and of course we have the distinguished Petal Benoit vying to represent the capital city. But currently, we have a representative. And I want to remind you, the people of Tobago, that this representative campaigned mainly during the last election campaign on a Scarborough development plan that would have cost billions of dollars. And I want to ask you, because this platform will be about facts. We're not going to be going down into the gutter. We will be asking the pertinent questions, and we will be putting our plans for Tobago's development to you, the people of Tobago. And therefore, I want to ask the people of Scarborough-Mongrace and the people of Tobago who always venture through Scarborough on a daily or weekly basis, how did Scarborough change under this administration? Because I can tell you how it changed under the PNM when we were there for 21 years. You got, of course, an upgraded market. You got an esplanade. You got a library. You got a cultural complex. You got the financial complex. I can tell you how Scarborough was improved under the PNM. And I am not pleased to stand here and tell you this evening that the only thing that changed in Scarborough over the last 4 years was that we got a stage in the sea. And that is all. That is all that represents their track record in Scarborough. After promising you, the people of Tobago, a mammoth, impossible pipe dream, all you have gotten thus far is a stage in the sea. And interestingly, while they bad talk the PNM and accused us of doing nothing for the people of Tobago, don't you realize that the cultural complex is the most popular place now for them? Don't you realize that the Scarborough Esplanade is one of the more popular venues for them? They had their launch there. I understand that over the last 2 days they had some Tobago is We festival. I'm not sure if it came off. But they utilized the same esplanade that was built by the People's National Movement for the benefit of the people of Tobago. And therefore, over the last 4 years, Scarborough did not improve. All you got was a stage in the sea. And I cannot yet identify the specific purpose and the specific reason for that project in the first place. But what is our plan for Scarborough? And I want to tell you, the people of Tobago, this evening, that contrary to what was presented to you before, which was an impossible pipe dream that could not be delivered, we in the PNM are presenting a realistic, doable development plan for our capital city of Scarborough. And I'm saying to you that we intend to take it step by step, project by project. Because when we look at Scarborough, there are a series of projects that are critical not just to Scarborough, but to the overall development and advancement of Tobago and the people of Tobago. And I want to say to you, firstly, that while we do not have lawmaking powers in the real sense, the Tobago House of Assembly Act allows your THA, allows your assemblymen to debate and adopt bills. And of course, those bills are currently required to go to Cabinet, and then Cabinet must take it to Parliament in accordance with the THA Act before it could become a law. So any bill that we debate and pass here in Tobago is still subjected to the approval of the Parliament of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to say as well that that situation is not ideal. And that is why we in the PNM after leading several years of consultations from 2004 right up to 2016, I think it was, or 2017. We got from the point of consultations to bills. Then, of course, the PNM government led a process where a joint select committee comprising members of the PNM in government, members of the UNC in opposition, and of course independent members of the Senate. And that joint select committee did its work for a couple years. And by 2021, we had the first opportunity to pass that bill in the parliament to give the people of Tobago its much deserved and much needed lawmaking powers. And in addition to that, it would have increased Tobago's allocation by up to $1.5 billion per year. Now I want you to do the math, because from 2021 to now, had that bill been passed, you, the people of Tobago, would have benefited from an additional over $7 billion for your development and for your usage here in Tobago. But as part of that bill, it would have given every single assemblyman elected by you, the people of Tobago, the right to go to the Tobago House of Assembly, operate like big boys and big girls in Tobago, debate bills, pass that bill into law, and get the approval of the president without any intervention from the cabinet or the parliament. And that bill came in 2021. It came again in 2024. And of course, on both occasions, this chief secretary, just like he betrayed us with this radar situation, betrayed us 2 times back then. And therefore, we are still today fighting over this issue of Tobago's autonomy. And I want to say to you, the people of Tobago, that under the PNM, the fight will continue. Because while this chief secretary has gone silent about the issue since April this year, when his friend Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar became the prime minister, I am saying to you that when you elect the next Tobago House of Assembly administration, we will have 2 issues on our agenda for immediate rectification. Number 1, we will signal to Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar that she and her friends from that foreign country need to remove and uproot their radar from Tobago and take it to Trinidad, to Siparia, if they please. And the second thing that will be on our immediate agenda is that we will say to them that the people of Tobago want our autonomy and we want it now. We have spent several years consulting on the issue, and therefore we don't intend to have any long talk again. And our position will be clearly this, that the bills that were brought by the PNM, we believe that those bills will give us a significant advancement that we need now, and therefore our position will be clear. Bring the bill to the parliament and support the bill, because I am saying here that the PNM in the opposition will be prepared to support those bills into law. So, we don't have any autonomy, but that does not mean that when you elect the next PNM THA, that we will go and sit on our hands. Because we intend to exercise every ounce of power and authority that Act 40 of 1996 gives us. And I'm saying regarding the city of Scarborough, we will develop a bill that proposes to ensure that private property owners in Scarborough obtain and adhere to certain standards when it comes to the maintenance, the condition, and the look of their properties in the capital. And I'm saying that when we introduce that bill, we hope to get the support of the central government and the parliament to make it law, to ensure that private property owners in Scarborough improve their properties immediately. In addition to that, as part of our development plan, and of course, A week ago, we unveiled our bold new vision for Tobago, and we are calling it Big, Bold, Red. 3 very simple words, because big represents the size of our dreams and aspirations as Tobagonians. Bold represents our willingness to separate ourselves from the status quo and to step forward as 60,000 strong children of God into a brighter and prosperous future. And of course, red is not only the color of the great PNM. Red is the color that runs through our veins. Red is the color that unites us and energizes us as one people. And of course, within the pages of those documents, you will find a bold new vision as to how we will go about developing the island of Tobago. But let's talk Scarborough. Because one of the first things we must do is to ensure that we transform Scarborough into a more pedestrian-friendly city. Because I've seen too many occasions where you're driving through Scarborough and tourists coming off cruise ships in wheelchairs, and you don't have too many options available for them to traverse through the city safely as differently abled persons. And therefore, we will widen the sidewalks. We will ensure that we upgrade and improve the signage in Scarborough. We will upgrade and improve the lighting in Scarborough. And we will ensure that we put in place some greenery and some beautification and some landscaping of Scarborough so that you, the people of Tobago, can walk through Scarborough and feel proud of your city. Of course, in addition to that, I am sure that when you walk through the botanical gardens, you feel underwhelmed because it is poorly maintained. Imagine over the last 4 years, the fencing of our botanical gardens, a place that we are calling a tourist attraction, has rotten out completely. And I'm saying to you that the next PNM administration will undertake a transformation of our botanical gardens. And I want you to imagine a space where when you come into it, it's nice and lush and green and properly maintained, with nice walk paths, with cobblestone walk paths, with a little, what you call the birds, some swans, some of those parrots, I think, not the parrots, the pretty ones, macaws, right? We will ensure that we put in some wildlife, some lovely trees, some beautiful flowers, and transform the botanical gardens into something that we all can be proud of. We're going to even put in some ponds with some koi fish. And therefore, when you go there, and it's not just for the tourists. Of course, we like to say we're doing things for tourists to come and enjoy. But when we develop Tobago, when we undertake those projects, we are doing them first and foremost for the people of Tobago to enjoy. And if along the way we can invite tourists to come here and enjoy it, then so be it. In addition to that, as a destination that claims to be serious about tourism, and if we are to judge from the last 4 years, then clearly we are not serious, because all that transpired in the tourism sector over the last 4 years is reverse tourism. In other words, our Secretary of Tourism and other members of this current THA administration were more interested in being tourists themselves. So they spent 4 years traveling the globe to the tune of over $25 million. Service providers can't get paid. You did Heritage in 2023, Heritage 2025 gone, and you're still waiting for your money. Sportsmen and women, young athletes cannot get funding from the Lalon Gordon Fund. CPEP and URP workers can't be paid on time. Gratuity not being paid. Our schools without much needed supplies, but $25 million to travel the globe and play tourists and attend conferences and taste wine and to do all sorts of nonsense. When for 4 years, nothing of significance was done to improve our tourism sector. And I'm saying to you, the people of Tobago, that under the next PNM administration, we will ensure that when we leave here to jump on a plane, it will be firstly with your permission. Because no secretary under the next administration, and let me put them on notice, and you, the people of Tobago, on notice, in the next few days, we will release a document called a Secretarial Code of Conduct. And that document will tell you, the people of Tobago, the standards and the ethics and the morals and the values and the behaviors that secretaries of the THA are expected to adhere to. And one of the issues that will be dealt with in that document is the issue of overseas travel, how it should take place, who should approve it, when it should be done, and how much it should cost. And therefore, I am saying to you, the people of Tobago, that under the next PNM THA, no secretary could jump on a plane without you knowing where they're going, when they're coming back, what they're going for, and what they're expected to bring back for you, the people of Tobago. And I'm saying to you as well, that when they go, if they land tonight, I don't care how jet lagged they are or how tired they are, but by the morning they must keep a press conference to come to tell you, the people of Tobago, what did they do when they went overseas and what are the benefits that they came back with. But of course, when you see a secretary under the PNM, Secretary of Tourism, Secretary of Finance, Chief Secretary or whoever, it will not be to go to Grenada to promote Tobago Carnival. It will not be to go to Miami and taste wine and take out pictures and make reels to post on Instagram. It will not be to go to Jamaica to see how to build houses as if we don't have houses all over Trinidad and Tobago. But when we leave here, it will be to have discussions with serious organizations in serious places with money that are prepared to invest in the island of Tobago and to invest in our tourism sector. And I can tell you immediately that one of the trips that we are planning even now before we get into office is to go outside and talk to some of the major cruise lines. And we will say to them to come and have a look at Tobago, because we believe that Tobago going forward can be a major part of your itinerary. We're hoping we don't have no war in the region. But we are saying that Tobago can be a major part of your itinerary. Therefore, come and look at our cruise sector. Look at what we have to offer and consider us in spending some of your money to invest in a cruise ship village in Tobago and an additional pier in the port of Scarborough to facilitate between 2 to 4 more cruise vessels. It has been done in St. Martin. It has been done in Antigua. It has been done in several other jurisdictions in the Caribbean. And I'm saying to you that when you hire us, you're not hiring us to work for ourselves, but you are hiring us to work for you every single day, 24/7, so that we take decisions and that we seek out opportunities on behalf of you, the people of Tobago. Because, of course, through the THA, we will only have access to about $2 billion in development money. But when you look at our plans, it exceeds $2 billion. And therefore, it is not our intention to utilize THA resources alone for Tobago's development. But there is something called public-private partnership. And it is something that we discovered in Tobago when we went about building that administrative complex in Shervan that currently houses the Division of Agriculture. And of course, when we went about that Pumpkin Man and all others were talking all kinds of foolishness about who thief and who go get locked up. And over 10 years since that project, not one PNM politician has been investigated by the police, simply because there was nothing corrupt or untoward about that project. It is called a public-private partnership, where as the government representing the public, you go and you talk to private people and you ensure that you go through the necessary procurement processes and approvals, and you sign agreements where they will spend their private money to develop public facilities, and of course, it is always for some profit. And contrast that to how we went about building the Shore Park Cultural Complex and the Scarborough Library. Because they like to tell you that it took long to build, and yes, it took long to build. And the reason for that is that we had to utilize only the THA's resources to undertake those projects. But I can tell you, you don't just judge an administration by what they build, but you also have to judge them by having the guts and the wherewithal to actually start. Because you have to ask this administration, notwithstanding the fact that they built nothing, but what did they even start? In addition to that, I want to talk as well about two other very important projects that we will bring to Scarborough. And that is the Scarborough Waterfront Center, another mega project that we will have to pursue some PPP arrangement to get done. In fact, the previous PNM-THA was in discussions with 𝐂𝐸𝐞 to at least start that project. And we are saying that we will bring it back to the table, and that project will be about providing, of course, business facilities, commercial facilities, retail facilities, and of course some spaces for the operations of the Tobago House of Assembly. And supporting that project right next door to it will be the Scarborough Parkade, because parking has been an issue in Scarborough for a very long time. And of course, we also intend to construct another administrative complex in Upper Scarborough next to the current legislature. And what that will do as well is to create additional spaces for the Tobago House of Assembly and its divisions to operate from. And I want to tell you the significance of that, because currently, if you check the amount of money the Tobago House of Assembly pays in rent, you will be amazed, because it is in the tune of millions and millions of dollars. And we are saying that we have to move to the point where instead of paying rent, where instead of paying dead money, as we like to call it, we can pay that money towards a developer for a public-private partnership arrangement, where after a certain amount of years, whether it be 30 years or 40 years down the road, our money will not go down the drain, but our money will go towards owning that asset that will belong to you, the people of Tobago, and future generations.
PNM.
And the watch telling me my time up. And therefore, the final thing I will want to talk about regarding Scarborough is, of course, our October Carnival. And the first thing I want to say is that Carnival was conceptualized by the PNM. The records are there to show that. But we are saying as well that the Carnival has the capacity for greater improvement. It has the capacity to bring more visitors to this island. But you see, the difference between the next PNM administration and the current one is that when you elect us, we will go and work for you. Because one of the issues that we have not just during that carnival, but during peak periods, is fighting with Caribbean Airlines to get more flights. Now, interestingly, when it was the PNM government, the current THA was prepared to cost CAL and cost the PNM. But last carnival, it was a UNC government, and they went from costing CAL to praying for more flights. They weren't even prepared to talk to CAL or to ask CAL, kindly, can we have some more flights, please? They were simply prepared to pray. And I'm saying to you that the next PNM administration will not pray, nor will we cuss. Of course, we will pray generally for God's blessing and for his guidance, but we will not be praying for flights. What we will do is that we will explore every single option to ensure that we are able to bring more flights and to bring other opportunities to bring people to destination Tobago during our peak periods. And we expect there to be more peak periods, because one of the things we're going to do is to ensure that Tobago is branded as the festival island of the Caribbean. And that is where we talk about the 52-week calendar of events that we are going to develop in partnership with communities, in partnership with the private sector, in partnership with community and sporting organizations. And it's going to be a mixture of music festivals, heritage-based festivals, culinary festivals, because the food in Tobago is better than every other place in the world, including Trinidad. Culinary festivals, and of course, sports tourism. Because I can tell you that along the way, along the last disastrous 4 years, we lost the Dragon Boat Festival. We lost the Tobago Cycle Classic. We lost every single opportunity that were knocking on the doors of Tobago previously relating to sports tourism. There were opportunities for premiership teams to come to Tobago during the off-season and train and play friendly matches. Those things were on the table when we were there. After 4 years, they are completely off the table. And I'm saying to you that during peak periods, we will not sit on our hands and simply wait for CAL to send a jet. But we will go out there and we will talk to airlines, other airlines, who will be willing to charter to destination Tobago. And we will say to them that, look, during this period, during these periods, during these times of the year, we have a ready market of persons willing to travel, whether it's from Trinidad or from other places across the world, to come to Tobago. And I'm not saying that those arrangements will cost $400. It will not. But I'm saying it will present other opportunities and options for people who want to get to Tobago during our peak periods and during our very attractive festivals to come to Tobago. And of course, finally, we're going to also talk to the cruise lines, because it is my firm belief that we can develop something very unique, especially for our October Carnival. And I'm saying we can talk to the cruise lines who sometimes have a ship or two that they're not utilizing at the point in time, and say to them that during this period, we believe we can show you a market of people willing to pay the price to book a cruise from Port of Spain in Trinidad, leaving the Thursday before Carnival. The vessel will sail across, dock here by the Friday morning, and stay until perhaps when? The Sunday? Future Secretary of Tourism. The Sunday or the Monday? And therefore, that cruise ship will provide meals, it will provide beds, it will provide a place to stay for whether it be 3,000 or 4,000 persons, whether Trinidadians or international people passing through Trinidad, to benefit from that opportunity. Because I'm saying to you that we have to look beyond Caribbean Airlines when it comes to getting people to come to Tobago. Because our population is 60,000. And therefore, is either we increase the population or we temporarily increase it as often as possible during the year by doubling the population, by getting 60,000 plus visitors to come here at certain points in the year. And I'm saying that is what the PNM is about. The PNM is not about old talk and division and foolishness. The PNM is about serious development. We are about defending Tobago's interests against those who may wish to inflict harm upon the people of Tobago to serve their own personal agenda. And therefore, as I close, I simply want to say to you, the people of Tobago, that there is a lot to vote against. But we in the PNM are giving you something this time to vote for. And I'm saying to you that we have a plan. We have a vision for the development of your island. We have a plan for the development of you, the people of Tobago. All 60,000 of you, from babes in cradles to our seniors sitting at home. We have a plan for the improvement of your quality of life. We have a plan to create 7,000 plus jobs on this island. We have a plan to improve the agriculture sector, to improve the tourism sector. We have a plan to maintain and develop Tobago and to beautify this space into an island that all of us can be proud of. And I'm saying to you, the people of Tobago, yes, vote against TPP, vote against the UNC, and vote against the nonsense that transpired over the last 4 years. But also know that when you vote for the PNM, and when you vote for Petal Benoit in Scarborough Mount Grace, to make sure that we remove that disgrace called Trevor James from the Tobago House of Assembly, know that you are also voting for your development. You are also voting for the improvement of your quality of life. And when you do that, of course, sometime on the night of January the 12th, we will all be able to say, great is Tobago. Great is our God. Great is the people's national movement. And we have prevailed.
You dig?
Thank you, Mount Grace. Thank you, Tobago. Thank you, PNM family. As is consistent with the People's National Movement, we continue to provide the truth because we are not strangers to the truth. We continue to provide the facts and we continue to provide clear and precise vision for Tobago. No promises, no gimmicks. And as we heard tonight, we fed up at the games from James. So we're going to get rid of him. Tomorrow you can join us at the Wim Hard Court. Same time, where we're going to have a cadre of speakers who will be ready to indicate some more of the plans that we have to roll out for the development of Tobago as this team prepares to put Tobago first again. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful evening. Those of you who are going home, get there safely. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Have a wonderful evening.
putting Tobago first again. Yeah, 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 yeah. From Delaford to Crown Point Shore, rising even more. We faced the storm, we took the test. Now we're coming back with our very best. We built the schools, the roads, the ground. In every village, progress found. We learned, we grew, we took a stand. Now we're moving with a brand new plan. Put Tobago first again. Let progress start again. From Roxborough to Scarborough, we're building back our tomorrow. From Bell Garden to Banaccord, hope restored in one accord. A new mandate, a stronger hand, putting Tobago first again. 10,000 jobs, a future bright. Homes for families, a better life. We kept the faith through every fight. Now the vision shining light. Hospitals standing proud and tall. Community centers for one and all. From fishing bays to farmers' hands, we gave new hope across the land. We're moving forward, not looking back. A new direction, right on track. A vibrant leader, bold and wise. With Ansel Dennis, watch us rise. A brand new team with heart and might to lead Tobago to the light. Stronger together, hand in hand, we're building on this sacred land. Put Tobago first again. Let progress